We're out here on the windy backfields of Port St. Lucie's complex. I'm talking Mark Vientos, Brett Baty, and David Wright.
Look at these guys, man.
So obviously this is incredibly special for us, for Mets fans, really bridging a generational gap of Mets baseball. David, for you to be back here in spring training, for you guys to be here with the captain, one of the best players to ever wear the Mets uniform. What's this like for all you guys?
It's a treat for me. I miss baseball, and the one piece of advice I'll give you before you even start is enjoy every moment, because it goes fast. Trust me with that. But to be here with these guys, the future of the organization, pretty special.
I'm just happy to have you here and to be able to talk baseball with him and just really pick his brain about defense over here and everything that has to do with the game.
You guys have come through the system together. You haven't played at the same levels necessarily, but you have a great bond. David, you had the same thing with Jose Reyes. So I want to discuss the meaning of teammates and how gratifying it is when you finally reach the big leagues and to do it with players you went through the journey with. What's that like?
Yeah, for me personally, it's very similar to the situation here where it seems like, when we walked over here, they're messing around with each other, they're joking, and that's something that's how you form that bond. When you take the field, you go play for one another. It's not about, just play the game, go your separate ways, come back the next day and do the same thing. It's about forming those relationships to where you want to go succeed for the guy next to you.
We haven't gotten to play all that much together, but got up a little bit last year in Binghamton and then in Syracuse too. And I mean, we just have a great bond on and off the field. I feel like we hang out off the field too, and we bounce ideas off each other, and I feel like that helps us both out. So
exactly, we both ask each other questions on, especially on the defensive side and the offensive side, just what do we think on certain situations. And me and Brett know each other for 4 years now, so it's a good relationship we got going. Like we said, it's friendly competition because we both push each other, and we know we're both going to be great players down the road. So
you guys both got a taste of New York at the end of the 2022 season. What is it about New York that is such a special place to play and win?
There's no bigger stage than New York. So if mentally you're tough enough and if you're ready to handle the pressure, the microscope, there's no better place to win. But the flip side of that is when you struggle and the team's struggling, you're going to be under that microscope. But there is no better place to perform and to go do your thing than the biggest stage in the world, which is New York.
All the work we put in and day out is to play in that environment, that playoff environment. It was honestly a dream come true. I couldn't even explain how much adrenaline I had going on. Unfortunately, I wasn't playing, but just watching it up close and firsthand was insane.
You said that you were surprised with how hard the big leaguers work when you got to the big leagues. And that's really cool for a young player to say, because people think they turn on the TV and they see you guys go do your thing. They don't see the work that goes on behind the scenes. And that's something that impressed me, that you said it was eye-opening, that these guys, obviously making a ton of money, having a ton of success, still put in the work on a daily basis to get better, which was refreshing for like a guy that thought that he put in a lot of work to hear a young player say. So well done with that.
No, obviously Escobar, third baseman now, he grabbed me and told me, hey, show up early, do your early work, grind every day. And I just saw guys like Lindor, Escobar, Pete, they played 150-something games at the time that I got called up. They were still putting in the work, getting ready every single day. Every game mattered, no matter if it was the best team in the league or the worst team in the league. They were still going at it and putting all their effort in.
Yeah, you were great on the field in New York for sure. But how did you navigate New York City off the field and stuff like that? Because I know that's a different beast in itself too.
The mindset that I always had was I wanted to be a great baseball player. The fame or the celebrity part of it, that will come along with winning games and being a great baseball player. So I always prioritize baseball above everything else. So, there's a lot of different directions that you can be pulled in New York. A lot of which are going to be detrimental to your career or to the game the next day. So, what you decide to do, those types of choices may define the type of player you want to be. I brought it to the ballpark every day where it's like, tonight I'm going to be the best player on this field. And I felt like I put the work in to do that, which is kind of my mindset in general of playing the game.
What's the biggest take, you can say, the biggest change when you went from minor leagues to the big leagues that you had to figure out?
Dealing with failure, it molds you to become the player that you probably want to be. Everybody can smile and be a good teammate when you're getting hits and you're playing well. Well, what kind of teammate are you? What kind of person are you? Can you go help the team on defense? Can you go steal a base? Can you go do something that's impactful to the game, even if you're not performing at the plate? And it's tough to do. What do you guys admire about some of the veteran guys, some of the leaders in the clubhouse?
We can come in and be happy-go-lucky and hype everybody up and stuff like that, but you see who the real leaders are when people are struggling and how they come and how they interact with everybody.
I was 18 years old, my first spring training, so I was wide-eyed. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. We had minor league camp, and I walked into minor league camp, and I heard some noises coming over from the half field. It was like 7:15. I look over, I walked over, and it's Mike Piazza, one of the best to ever do it, working on his throwing. If Mike Piazza doesn't think he's good enough, guy's going to the Hall of Fame, one of the best catchers to ever do it, and he's continuing to work, I should never be satisfied with where my game's at.
Well, guys, this is so incredible and such a unique perspective. There's one more thing I want to ask, and it's for you, David. I'm wondering if there's a piece of advice you wish that you had received when you were at the stage in your career that these guys are at right now.
Think about what your ceiling is, like how good you can be or how good you think you can be, and do everything in your power to reach that ceiling, and then enjoy it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're the top whatever percentage of baseball players in the world, and you're getting a chance to put this uniform on and live out every kid in that stadium's dream, and just to appreciate that, enjoy it, because you guys are going to be great.